I just wanted to make a quick video to explain how to get your Thrustmaster joystick, pedal and rudder working with War Thunder. It took me a lot longer than it should have done to get this working, so I thought I'd just share what I'd learned basically. So the key to getting this working is using the Thrustmaster target software. Now to get that, you go onto the Thrustmaster website. I'll put the link in the description below, and download the target software, which is detailed here. You need to download a copy of that. We'll also need the game settings as well, which are specific to War Thunder. And the file we actually want is the target profile for War Thunder, which is this file here. So click that, download that file, and then unzip both those files and install the target application. Once the target application is installed, you need to run it using the target GUI. Take a little while, like so. When you open it up, you should see the devices that are connected. Obviously, make sure your joysticks are connected prior to running the software. Now, even though I have a throttle, a joystick and a rudder pedal, you'll notice it doesn't show the rudder pedal, and that's because it's actually counted as part of the throttle assembly itself. It may be different if you connect directly, but my rudder pedal connects into my throttle assembly. So what we need to do now is we need to unzip the files we downloaded. And in here you'll see a number of files, 2 PDF files, but the 2 files we're interested in are the profiles for the target command center and the profile that we will import into War Thunder itself. So let's start by loading the profile in. So you click on Run Configuration. You then need to select where you actually installed the file. So here we go, War Thunder, and it should automatically pick up the target configuration file. Select Open. So what it'll do now is you'll hear the USB devices disconnect from your desktop, and what's happening here is it's disconnecting the physical devices and replacing it with a virtual device that it presents to the applications. Now the mistake I made when I first tried to get this working was I was looking in War Thunder itself for a device named Thrustmaster Combined, but that's not how it works. So what we need to do is we need to leave this running in the background. We then need to start War Thunder itself. So just start it through the normal way and click play. Here we go. So start it through the normal launcher, and we'll just wait for War Thunder to get started. So I've not had to do this for any other flight sim, so I know technically War Thunder's not flight sim, but every other application seems to pick my devices up absolutely fine. But for some reason War Thunder needs you to use this method. So what we need to do now is we need to click up to here. Ignore any messages you get about configuring your joystick when you first start, just close them down. And then come up to your configuration controls. Now again, ignore anything that's on this part of the screen here. The only part we're interested in is this part down here to import from file. So we'll click that, browse the location where you actually saved the file to, when it should be War Thunder mapping configuration, open that file up. Now you'll notice absolutely nothing has changed, and that's absolutely fine. There's no real sign that it's actually accepted that configuration, but take it from me, it actually has. So at this point now, what we do is close the window. Now we can ignore this part here. It's purely because we've not assigned every single section to a button. As you can see here, these are specific to helicopters. I'm not bothered about flying helicopters anyway, but you can click continue anyway, and if for some reason you do need these settings, you can manually add them within the configuration. Okay, so that's it, that's all done. So what we need to do now is we can do a test flight just to confirm that everything is working as we expect. So just pick one of the planes and do test flight. Anything will do for this, we're just testing it. Okay, so now on the runway ready to go. So my throttle's currently at 0. Let's push the throttle assembly forwards. You can see it's gone to full power now. Should start moving. There we go. Now test my rudder. These are my rudder pedals now. And the rudder pedals are actually moving the rudder assembly. Pull back on the joystick, as you can tell. Joystick's working as well. Quick roll to check that it works on that axis. Absolutely fine. And let's quick pull of the fire trigger. And there we go. That's everything set up. I hope you found that video useful.